Unhinged my story should be. But there's two things I really want to share, two quick stories, and I always infuse humor in my care, especially bedside. I feel like it's my way of connecting with people and my way of them trusting me, because I feel like if your nurse can joke with you, you can talk to them more. But I do want to start in the beginning where I was a new grad and I was assigned my preceptor, and she knows this story very well because she makes me tell her over and over. Her name's Ella, and I remember in my new grad class, they asked me, "Oh, who's your preceptor?" And I would tell them, "Oh, it's Ella in 8 South." And every time I would get like the same reaction, like, "Ooh, ooh, bring your roller skates, okay?" And then I would talk to the nurses in 8 South, like, "Who's your preceptor, Ella?" Ooh. I met Ella, and yeah, it was definitely a ooh moment, but you just kind of laugh at that because she's like my mother now, and like you kind of just laugh at the fact that people were kind of intimidated by her, but then her way of teaching really is so thorough, and so not everyone can appreciate that. But then if you find as to the why there, and you just look back and just laugh at all the time she'd scold you, and it's from the heart, right? And you just have to share that story and be humble and laugh. I remember my first Foley insertion. Peachy, just wave your hand if I'm too much. I remember my first Foley insertion, fresh out of school with her, and I was like, "Oh, I'm so ready for this Foley." And I remember my patient being quite large. We needed 4 people, and I'm the 5th just to get in there, and she's female. And I always wore glasses, and I'm like, "All right, I'm ready." And I go in there, and I'm like, "Okay, ready, set, go." And I remember just like a gust of wind go to my face, and my glasses fog up, and I'm like blind, and I'm trying to preceptor. Was that supposed to happen? Can you wipe my glasses? Because my gloves are sterile. And I remember everyone just gave up and went outside, debriefed, and I was just like, why was there wind? Why was there wind? I didn't know there's wind. They're like, "Scott, don't put your face right there." And I was like, they don't teach you that in nursing school. And you just gotta look back and laugh and just now don't put your face there right away. I know you're excited to put it in, and Peachy's not waving her hands. And one last thing is, I remember building the trust with the patient too. And in 8 South, we deal with gender reaffirming surgeries, where we help them through that process. And I remember a patient being very insecure from female to male. So he had male parts after the surgery, and he was so anxious, people judging him and the whole process. And I just knew I had to find a way to build trust with this person because he felt alone and he felt like the world was against him. And I remember going in there and he was just like, "Scott, can you just tell me, how does it look? How does it look?" I go, "Yeah, sure, I'm your nurse, I'm checking it every hour." It's like, "It looks good." "No, really, tell me, does it look okay?" And I was like, "Let me tell you, man, I've been growing mine for 35 years, and yours is definitely bigger." And you've been only growing it for a day. I remember the laugh and the smile he had, and the bond we had, and everything just went forward, and he recovered, knowing that his was bigger. So I just wanted to share those stories.